All right, let me get my clear and present danger warnings out of the way, because Monday, Tuesday is my weekend, and today may have been the first day that it really felt like spring, so much so that the drive-thru of Starbucks, I forgot my mask and my backup masks for like the first time ever. So use my shirt. Anyway, we got big storms heading towards New Orleans. China blames the U.S. for hyping fears of uncontrolled rocket reentry as the space race totally absolutely heats up. Modern corporations continue to show off the latest tech by having videos of floating cargo ships over the ocean. Yeah, dude, the tech is amazing. But capitalism, socialism, communism in a global state has been really weird, with a lot of the tech being kept under the wraps of national security. Or whatever was it talking about? There were air raid sirens and 3 explosions heard in central Israel as the Middle East continues to be mad and fight with itself, just like I guess every other country in the world. Peru is still being totally ravaged by the coronavirus, and people are struggling what to do with burying their dead. Some people are burying them in the front or backyard. I want to reiterate again, Jackson Dill, potentially catastrophic flash flooding in New Orleans today, warns the National Weather Service. As the main #1 reason I drove back to my house, A, to get a mask, B, to put out this video to warn my friends in New Orleans and Louisiana that, hey, you guys are in for some potentially serious flooding, bro. And then on top of that, you got severe weather that could break out here in the northern part of the Carolinas, and then down here in the Texas-Mexico border. I remember we were watching the volcano situation closely because it is super crazy down in Guatemala and Mexico with Fuego, Popocatépetl, and Colima and Pacaya. So, as your Planetary Defense Commander, Star-Lord, New Thor 7, haven't been done this for so long. One of the things I watch is just the overall weather pattern, or the rain patterns, rain bands, man. And so this new L shape is very interesting. And so it's like Hurricane Awareness Preparedness Week, and I just want to show you guys that Mother Nature sometimes shows her hands ahead of time. So if we get some type of pattern like this, where you get the big storm coming in, where it's kind of connected to the hurricane that will be coming in, then, yeah, everybody definitely be ready for a wild hurricane season. Plus, with Jupiter about to go into Neptune in 3 days, and Neptune's already got, Jupiter's going into Pisces, who's already got Neptune in it. So Jupiter, Neptune in Pisces, that's a lot of water. I got a feeling the next 3 months, starting in the middle of the month, are going to be super floody, bro. It is Hurricane Preparedness Week, May 9th, 9:15. I feel pretty prepared because I have a car and I have places I can drive to if Houston is about to get hit by Category 5. So I haven't an evacuation plan if it gets crazy. And why wouldn't it get crazy? Life has just been getting crazier in every single way, hasn't it? It has been like Grand Theft Crisis, and you never know what's going to happen next. And Biden has declared a state of emergency over the fuel cyberattack, where hackers using ransomware that take Bitcoin shut down a large portion of a pipeline that feeds oil and gas to a large portion of the East Coast. So that's a very big situation. They have not turned the pipes on. They said anywhere between 2 to 3 days and 6 weeks. But gasoline prices have shot up about 4 to 5% last time I checked. And a lot of times, a lot of stuff is just based on the price of oil. We've discussed this many times over the last 8 years at Thor News. And then the hacker gang, who call themselves the Darkside, put out kind of like a press release. I don't know when I call it an apology. I don't know. You can read it. You can call it what you want to, call it what you will, And so these are crazy days indeed, my friends. And I would like to thank Asteroid Fight Club, all the soldiers out there, all the good and cool police, all the first responders, and everybody out there who's super cool and helps protect me, keep me alive, and take care of me at times when I'm sick or even when I'm in a good mood. I got to warn y'all, after this next piece of information, okay, wait, what? That India is getting totally crushed by the coronavirus. They have 1 billion people, and now daily they're having anywhere between 4,000 to 25,000 people die. We complain about all this shit in America, like their medical infrastructure is nowhere near as good as ours, and They aren't even really doing lockdowns or trying to enforce people to wear masks. So that situation is just getting worse. Remember, this thing has bounced from like China to Italy to America down to Mexico and now over to India. And so like this is like a monster that just keeps bouncing around the planet. And I think it partially feeds off of our negative energy, which we continue to maintain here in the United States for whatever reason. And so if we don't get our shit in gear, we'll continue to manifest horrible shit. And so doctors in India are warning about a black fungus, fungal infection found in recovering COVID patients, and it like disfigures your face and other parts of your body. But it's just like, yeah, dude, whatever weird evil space plague this is that they brought in from another dimension is still here. And, you know, we don't have all the energy's gone talking about how great cryptocurrency is and how Americans still fighting over stupid political shit. Was it talking about, this ends, I think, the super news, like, okay, real news, real situation going on in this part of the program. I might tell jokes from here on out. Monday, Tuesday is my weekend. Mike's weather page, storms rolling into Florida, Alabama this morning with flash flooding, still in Louisiana. And I'll let you guys know, I'm going to try and have as much fun for the rest of this month as possible, because the first week of this month was not fun. And second, hurricane season starts in like 21 days, bro. And sometimes, you know, their hurricane seasons can be incredibly stressful. But I do love weather Twitter. I appreciate weather Twitter. And I kind of miss the phantom GFS hurricanes that would show up about this time of the year. And today is one of those days I feel like I've done a good job and been doing a good job as your planetary defense commander. And you guys are lucky to have me, but I'm lucky to have you. See how that works? Plus, the sun has been waking up, and I mean waking up and getting excited. We have a sunspot on the sun now. There's another one that could be growing. And we've had like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 solar flares, C class, B class, C class, or M class in the last few days. I guess these are all C class. There's M class that was before here. Anyway, the sun is totally waking up again, which is great news. And I can feel it. I can feel it in my bones. I can feel it. I can feel it. And I'd like to start a rock and roll band again or whatever. This is kind of like I got to adjust to being in a good mood again, even though the world is falling apart and there's a bunch of horrible shit happening all the time, every day. Oh, on that note, back to semi-serious crap. All right, things are just weird, and it's like everybody has to have one oversimplified position or another. And so I don't like to enter those conversations much, but I believe back in, it was 2008, pretty much right when social media really took off, that men and women were, only 10% of men and women were reporting not having sex. So now in like 2018, 28% of men were reporting not having sex and 18% of women were reporting not having sex. That was before the pandemic. So this is a huge problem. Remember, this is kind of where they got rid of rock and roll. And so there's always this oversimplification about like mass shootings. And so I feel like one side is like, don't ever do anything. And I don't know, it's just like everybody has, or the other side is like, it's hard to, I don't want to oversimplify everybody's thing, but like nobody ever puts, what I'm trying to say here is that this year we're on our 192nd mass shooting. But in 2008, I think we only had 5 mass shootings, which is still a lot. But I'm saying that if, you know, that, I don't know, man, the whole like getting people to be cool, have fun, dance, sing, like make love again, make out again, like, nobody ever talks about like, yeah, I got an idea to cut down on mass shootings. How about people treating each other better and stop dehumanizing each other and calling each other names on the internet, and people start to get along and do things again? Like, just people got to treat each other well. You got to treat each other as human beings. You know, like that's the solution in my, like, and nobody talks about that shit. Like, you got to get cool people to like be legal again in the United States of America, or allowed. Anyway, sorry for the rant. So, you know, just looking to politicians to fix this situation is not really the best idea, man. And either way, on any daily basis, more Americans are dying from the coronavirus than in all the mass shootings that day put together. So even, you know, that like, I don't know, the plague has really changed my stance on a lot of things, where I'm just trying not to get people killed, and protect lives. Like I said, I got vaccinated. I lived through it. I feel great now, and I'm super happy I got vaccinated. You don't have to agree with it. You're allowed to do what you want. But I do know that all the people who are still dying are the ones who didn't get vaccinated. So enough of that rant, too. I guess I snuck in some preachy-teachy at the end. Sorry about that, but I would like to save your life. And, if you got the vaccine and then you lived and then you're like, hey, nothing bad happened and I lived, then you might be like, hey, dude, thanks for not giving me crappy information. Wonderful. But remember, there's still people in my own family who are like, I'm never getting it. And I just don't want to lose them. I got friends who are still like, I don't want to get it. I just don't want to lose them this winter, man. So at the end of it, I'm just trying to protect the people I love. But that does include you, Asteroid Fight Club. Which you do, you, man. I've been in such a good mood the last 3 days. I don't know how to deal with it. But it makes me want to cuddle all the time. And I'm like, so it goes back to that basic problem of like, how do you reignite male, female, or male, female courtship again? Dating. It's a good part of life when people are chasing love or being in love or going with those springtime feelings, but in honorable and honest ways. Or whatever. All right. How are you doing today? I'm doing great. That's what I'm saying. I think I might just go drive around today after this. I'm going to light a cigarette now. Smoke if you got them. Yeah, shit is weird. All the time. And if Cranky Weather Guy's going to make like some Han Solo return, he's only got 3 weeks to do it. Asterisk. Yeah, I got my mind set on working hard and having fun this spring and this summer. And you'll definitely have my absolute undivided attention during any type of hurricane situation. As soon as we get one on the board. When that will be, I do not know. Could be as soon as tomorrow. And, it could be as late as like mid-July. I definitely think it'll come before mid-July, though. We'll see. I'll have to keep paying attention. Yeah, dude, nobody knows what the sun is going to do next. But I'm excited, and I'll continue to watch. Either way, it is what I do, and I'll try to only show you guys the interesting stuff. Yeehaw. Oh, yeah, that shit is geo-effective right here, probably. And I haven't even talked about Mercury's tail. I got so much to tell you. I like talking to you. Boom. Look at that. Beautiful. Boom. Beautiful. More energy headed our way. And I know sometimes listening to somebody in a good mood when you're in a bad mood makes people in a worse mood. So if you're in a bad mood, definitely. You may not want to be listening, but it's late in the video already. I've been talking for 12 minutes. Crap, I should have warned you sooner. Anyway, it might be a glancing blow. I got more information coming in. But, we don't have to worry about it like knocking out power grids yet. If that happens, you'll hear about it, I would imagine. Probably be like a direct X-class flare. Oh, look how cool that is, though. Look at that big... That's a cool shape, man. Yeah, it's definitely more exciting. Like if the sun is asleep, it's boring. And the energy's low and crappy. But when the sun starts waking up, it's a whole lot of fun. And then there's a whole lot of fun energy. So, and I think 2022 is going to be a lot better than 2021. And I think 2021 is better than 2020. So remember, I'm kind of like your optimist 85% of the time. All the time. Asterisk. So, you know what you get. Except for if this is the first time you're watching one of my videos, I don't think that happen anymore. Because, Google doesn't really put me in the recommended box or the search box or even the like, people can watch this after 1,000 views box. I don't know, YouTube's weird, man. YouTube's real weird, bro. And the sunspot progression has greatly exceeded NASA and NOAA's predictions so far the last 9 months. And that will probably continue. This is from last month. So, yeah, definitely this month we got sunspots and we got action. But they say, hey, a coronal mass ejection is approaching Earth. A coronal mass ejection is expected to hit Earth on May 13th, the day that Jupiter goes from Aquarius into Pisces and will be there with Neptune. According to NOAA forecasts, it was hurled towards us yesterday by an erupting filament, which we saw earlier, of magnetism on the sun. This is not an especially fast or powerful CME, so I ain't worried about it. But it could bring some super cool colors into the sky. Hey, are you ready to talk about tail, baby? All right, we're talking about the sodium tail of Mercury. It's so salty. The biggest comet of in the solar system is actually a planet. Yep, it's Mercury. Mercury's so cool, dude. Mercury doesn't get enough attention. Although Mercury's going retrograde at the end of this month. And then everybody talks about Mercury. Researchers have known for years that Mercury has an enormous tail. You go, girl. But Mercury's supposed to do. Last week, Andrea Alessandrini photographed it from the balcony of his house in Verri, Italy. Yeah, dude, Mercury's cool. You're cool. God is cool. The universe is cool. I know there are a lot of people out there who aren't cool, but I like to not focus on them all the time or give them as little attention as possible because there are so many good things that are still around, including you and me. So I want you to stay cool. I want you to have a great week. But, we're definitely still on kind of high alert, red alert for pretty much everything, So just be cool, kind, and compassionate with forgiveness when you can. And I'll try and do the same. All right? Have a great day. And I'll probably talk to you guys later. But there's a chance I may just go run around town and then head to the ocean later. Who knows what I'm going to do? Monday, Tuesday is my weekend. But as Planetary Defense Commander, I never really take a day off. Okay. Talk to y'all soon. And thank you for being awesome.